Hello, everyone. Coming in here on the Pro Wrestling Show presents the NXT Ring Report. As you see right here, a triple threat match between Carmelo Hayes, Dijak, and Corbin. Which one of these three men will head to week night 2 of Halloween Havoc on Halloween night to challenge Ilja Dragunov for his NXT Championship? We'll get to it as an all-new edition of Pro Wrestling Show presents the NXT Ring Report, and it starts right now. Ring Report here on the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kendra Dix here. Glad you can join us here on the NXT Ring Report. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe and share. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button. So, like I said, we're here. Join in that conversation. Get things started here on the NXT Ring Report here for the Halloween Havoc show. We get things off and kick things off with this. The Bada Bang, Bada Boom Battle Royal. This is coming from, officially, many of you may recall, coming from the night that last week when it was a star-studded NXT Ring Report when NXT went against AEW. Now Fallout NXT won. As you see, Cody Rhodes, who was the general manager for last week. Well, he made a match last week that was that the showcase NXT tag teams, and he did. Stacks and D'Angelo, the tag team champions, enjoying spaghetti in their dinner, spaghetti and salad. But Stacks and D'Angelo watched very closely intent to see who they was going to meet one-on-one. And they didn't have to look further. Andrew Chase and, forgot his name, and Duke Hudson emerged victorious. Andrew Chase and Duke Hudson will be getting a shot at the NXT Tag Team titles next week. So next week you'll see it. Andrew Chase versus Stacks and D'Angelo for the NXT Tag Team titles. Stacks and D'Angelo have been a resourceful tag team as of late. Stacks and D'Angelo now looking to continue their momentum as they shift. Could Chase and Hudson continue their momentum? Only time will tell for Chase and Hudson, but we will have to wait and see on what's going to go down. Well, we know there is a budding friendship between Trick Williams and Tony D'Angelo. Trick Williams and Tony D'Angelo. The budding friendship has emerged as Trick Mello gang. Is there signs of both of them having resentment towards each other? Only time will tell. Well, we know that Trick Williams getting a lot of he's being star-studded and stuff. And maybe Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams may not be on the same side and the same picture, but only time will tell on that. But these likely going to get, but Trick Williams informed Carmelo that due to his rising popularity, Carmelo might have to face Trick in that triple threat match, since Trick getting the opportunity. Trick entered himself into the match, but we'll tell you a little bit later on in the show what went down and what my theories are on what went down between when Trick Williams got attacked and why this kind of resonates to a certain storyline that I really, really like way back in the day that really compelled me to watch wrestling even more. And you'll see it. Well, that led to this. We know that Brian Pillman's son, Alexis King, Alexis King will make his debut next week. He's saying he's not gonna go by Pillman. He looks totally different. I guess he got new teeth or something. I don't guess. He wants to showcase his build that he's not gonna step in his father's shadow, and that's what he wants to do. So next week we'll see the in-ring debut of Alexis King. He looks just like his mom, but we'll see his debut next week. Alexis King makes his debut next week for Halloween Havoc Night 1. So we'll have that. Tiffany Stratton also made a rare appearance tonight. Tiffany Stratton trying to get with the NXT breakout star since she was a breakout star winner last year. Tiffany Stratton trying to show the girls that she can go and trying to mentor these girls. I guess Tiffany Stratton got a lot on her plate. We'll see. I guess Becky Lynch on her tour as being NXT Women's Champion. Well, it was some of them. I really don't know all their name. I know Kiana Jordan. I think she's with Carmelo Hayes. I'm not for sure. I don't know what's going on with that. They're dating or what? Or what's going on? Who knows? But Carrie Perrine won her match tonight, and Ariana Grace won her match as well. So Karen Perea and Ariana Grace, these women are really showcasing their abilities on what they want to do and what they want to start be. So Ariana Grace, I think she's Santino Morella's daughter. I think she's showing off her skills and her abilities as well. Speaking of that, Braun Breaker, um, causing chaos after he got his butt beat up by the Undertaker. The Undertaker showcased Braun that he's the biggest and baddest dog of the land. I think Robert Stone wanted to see about Braun's condition after Stone had went and visit Von Wagner, who's trying in rehab right now. He's trying to get himself rehabilitated, but he wants Braun. But again, this is gonna lead to a match between them two eventually down the road. So we'll see that eventually. But we know next week that Robert Stone will be in action next week. Robert Stone will be in action against Braun Breaker for night 1 of Halloween Havoc. So we'll see that match coming up. Also, too, Live by Kyra was in action as well. Live by Kyra was in action. She went against, I forgot who she went against, but she made it known. She sent a message to NXT Women's Champion Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch sent a message to tell her that bring it, be ready to fight me, and I'm ready to go. So we'll see this match next week on NXT. Um, Becky Lynch versus Lyra Cara next week. The Man versus Lyra Cara next week. Interesting match to see. We'll see that match for the NXT Women's Championship next week. And Lyra Cara beat Becky Lynch. It we'll tell you a little bit as well as on the closing end of Lyra Cara was showcasing that she's gonna take down Becky Lynch. Only person that appeared on the screen was Jade Cargill. She appeared saying it's time. So she's basically saying she's coming to NXT. That will add a lot of star power to NXT. And then too, Jade can get the training she wants and then become a women's champion. I could probably see that for Jade. Jade coming in, taking the title away from Becky Lynch after Jade and Becky Lynch had that little confrontation last night. Um I can probably see that being the case. So and trying to get where she needs to be at. We'll see. We'll see how that's gonna go. Also, too, Roxanne Perez looking for her match. She's got to spin the wheel, make the deal with Roxy. We saw that. How that's gonna go? I guess Roxanne Perez is gonna do a Devil's Playground match, and I think Roxanne Perez will go on one against Kiana James next week, and whatever Roxanne Perez pick a Devil Playground match. So we'll see that match coming up next week on Halloween Havoc. Spin the wheel, make the deal. Speaking of that, another match that's been added as well as can find it right quick. Gigi Dolan will take on Blair Diamond Part in a lights out match. We'll see that match as well. How that's gonna go. A lights out match between these two. As Gigi Dolan had called out Blair and told her she's ready. She's gonna do as much she can to win her match next week. That's what she spent the wheel, made the deal. So we know that Chauncey and Scarlett will host Halloween Havoc. We'll get to see that next week. Plus two, we saw the WWE Divas was in a match. Natalia was there with the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Chelsea Green and Piper Niven watching. So Chelsea Green, Piper Niven was watching. They said the Fed's watching. All right, we told you this. This was the main event of the evening right here. A triple threat match to determine who's next in line for the NXT title. Carmelo Hayes versus Dijak versus Baron Corbin. Who was going to emerge victorious? And Carmelo Hayes needed this win. He needed the victory. And Carmelo Hayes pulled all the stops to get the win. So Carmelo Hayes emerged victorious over his win over the monsters Dijak and Baron Corbin. Carmelo Hayes needed the win, but at what price? A lot of people online right now are pointing at that Carmelo Hayes could have been the one to derail his partner, his buddy Trick Williams, from not getting an opportunity to go for the NXT title. That could be the case, and a lot of people are drawing this conclusion right here. Remember back in 2002, around near SummerSlam time, was Triple H versus Shawn Michaels. We thought Triple H was going to buddy with Shawn Michaels, reform DX, but that wasn't the case. Triple H saying no. Triple H decided to turn against Shawn Michaels and decided to go on his own, and that led to great matches throughout Triple H and Shawn Michaels' career. Even led to Shawn Michaels winning the world title from Triple H, as well as Triple H regained the title a month later at Armageddon, at 3 Stages of Hell. So that could be the possibility. I'm thinking Carmelo Hayes didn't want Trick Williams to win the match. He didn't want Trick Williams to outshine him. And Trick has been outshining with the whoop that Trick sign. I think that's what was the case, and that's how it go. I think Carmelo Hayes ambushed Trick Williams over his head, and like I said, that's what led to what's going on. So we will wait and see how this is gonna play out. But we know now that Carmelo Hayes will get an opportunity on night 2 to challenge for the NXT Championship. And we'll see. Do we play out night 2 at Halloween Havoc? We had to wait and see on that. All right, all right. That's gonna do it for the NXT Ring Report. Let's move over to Wrestling Hot Topics. On Wrestling Hot Topics, getting a lot of reports about Sasha Banks, Mercedes Manvaux. They said that she attended a fan signing, and a fan asked her a question about why she left WWE. She didn't want to say that, and she has that right. But I think some of these fans are getting out of hand. I mean, too, if you can't respect her wishes, she said she's gonna write a book about it. So we just have to wait and see. She's telling you, wait and see. She's not going to reveal what she's going to do. And I think that fan was out of line, out of place. You don't do that when stuff like that. So I think too, you know, to me, don't if you're a fan, don't ask too many personal questions. I get some people want to ask personal questions. That's their business, that's their right, but no, don't do that. Also too, AEW will have Battle of the Belts in Memphis this Saturday, so look forward to seeing that as well. Well as this, um, we saw John Cena evolve, the evolution of John Cena. Plus to Roman Reigns, this is the official poster crown jewel. So we'll see probably Roman, Logan Paul, Seth Rollins, Cody, LA Knight, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, and John Cena all on the poster for crown jewel of wrestling. Now, here, an interesting note right here. Ryback has offered his services to see if he could be a backstage help or enforcer boundaries to pull people into line to be an enforcer of type role. Okay, maybe Ryback kind of got something going. I think maybe Ryback might have something in case he wants to be a locker room leader. He kind of looks like he wants to do right rather than do wrong. Maybe give Ryback that. If he wants to be a bodyguard or a raw force, let him do it. Speaking of that, speaking of AEW couple Julia King and Lee Johnson are officially married. So congratulations to the happy couple for getting married. So how that's gonna go. But like we said, we're gonna end this right now with this. Cause Shawn Michaels pulling out the Trick Williams Shawn Michaels situation. I'm gonna rewatch that again, but that's what I'm thinking. That's where it's heading to. They're always trying to play back from the past. So look for Trick Williams to find security footage on Carmelo attacking him to prevent him not being in that match. All right, we're gonna end that right there with Carmelo Hayes allegedly did what he had to do to get the win to become no one contender for the NXT title. He didn't want nobody else be in it. But we're gonna leave it like that. So for me being Kendrick Dix saying so long, thank you for watching the Pro Wrestling Show. We'll see you tomorrow for the AEW Dynamite Ring Report. See you then.